Horlățean, un eveniment extrem de important în timpul exercitării președinției Consiliului Uniunii Europene, care are loc la Palatul Parlamentului.
În 2 zile foarte importante pentru președinția României la nivelul Consiliului Uniunii Europene, dimensiunea parlamentară. Organizăm o conferință care precede Marele Summit de la Sibiu pe tema viitorului Uniunii Europene. E ceea ce facem în aceste zile la București. Toate parlamentele naționale ale statelor din Uniunea Europeană, candidații, aspiranții sunt prezenți. Toate familiile politice din Parlamentul European sunt prezente. Vom avea, spun eu, o secțiune specială și din punctul de vedere al interesului României, dar și al Uniunii Europene. Vorbim despre viitorul Uniunii Europene și în vecinătatea noastră, începând cu Balcanii, procesul de extindere a Uniunii Europene, vorbind de vecinătatea estică, în primul rând despre Republica Moldova, despre Ucraina, despre Georgia, și avem un punct special la care am ținut foarte mult noi ca președinție românească și eu personal, o dezbatere privind relația care trebuie să rămână puternică de parteneriat strategic între Uniunea Europeană și Statele Unite. Ține foarte mult la această secțiune și sperăm să fie un succes într-o perioadă, e adevărat, mai complicată, pentru că această relație nu traversează cea mai bună perioadă.
Mr. Congressman, what is your opinion? How will be this European future in relation with United States?
The reason why I'm here is that I share a common interest not only in the EU but in particular your beautiful country, Romania.
Thank you.
The United States has a particular interest not only in your success but also the leadership that is occurring in the EU right now under your presidency. I was asked to be here from an American perspective. I was asked to be here to talk about and to listen and learn not only about the current dialogue that's occurring, but actually how the Balkans and this region of the EU has such a strong need to make sure that its reliance and friendship with the United States is stable, and that we are listening to the things that are ideas that you have, but mostly the hopes and dreams of your people, because your people that are here in the Balkans, that are here in Romania, deserve a bright future, and that will be with a relationship with the United States of America. So I'm here to listen. I'm here to make sure that we reinforce how important Romania is to the United States and vice versa, that we may maintain that dialogue.
You said about the Balkans and about Romania and our important role in this region, and I would ask you about Russian threats. Recently, the Russians simulated an attack at the Veselu base. Was a military exercise. How should Romanian authorities will respond about this?
As you know, the Russians have all across Europe been engaged, and in the United States, been engaged in a very costly, meaning that they spent a lot of money to attempt to influence not only elections, but also the conversations that take place. These were very difficult for us to see at first for what they were. I had heard in every trip I've made to Europe about the influence that Russia is attempting to have in the conversations of normal nations. They're interfering. They are on both sides of an argument. They are meant to depress what I would consider to be stability. They are to inflict chaos. They are to inflict indecision. In this case, the simulcast or the simulation of an attack on a military target in Romania should be taken very seriously. The Romanian people and the people who are in the Balkans should know, especially if you were in Romania or if you're in Ukraine, that the United States of America is against what the Russians did. We are on your side. We are tired of their thuggery. We're tired of the things that they do, and we would be there militarily to make sure that we support not only Romania, but the people. Would we shed blood, American blood? Yes, we would, to protect Romania and the beautiful people. We have to be sure about it. You must be sure about it, and I'll tell you why. Because if the Russians ever believed that we would back away, then they would surely run through Europe again, and we will not allow that. The deterrence against that and the will by the United States of America is very strong.
You said that we have to take these threats very seriously. Can you explain it? What should Romanian authorities do?
Well, I think the most important thing that I would like to express to you is that the people of Romania are free and independent. This is a sovereign nation. And the thuggery and the threats from a bully like Russia onto the people affects the daily citizens. We lived under this in the United States during the Cold War, and there was great discussion about what Russia would do to the United States. We always knew the United States would fight back. But it is important for the Romanian people to know that while Russia is this strong military might, you would not stand by yourself. We would make sure that the United States of America would not only engage, but would pulverize the Russians and make them pay for the things that they did. Because it is not going to happen on our watch, and President Trump would respond quite adequately against that threat with American armed services, and the armed services would be there for Romania.
Domnule Corlățean, un mesaj extrem de puternic care vine, iată, în privința tuturor acestor amenințări pe care noi le vedem într-un crescendo, dacă putem spune așa, din partea Rusiei.
Este o poziție pe care o apreciem la București. Nu e o surpriză pentru noi, nu e o surpriză pentru mine și nu întâmplător am dorit și am invitat reprezentantul administrației republicane, care are o expertiză deosebită cu privire la modul în care Rusia își joacă, nu odată agresiv, cărțile din punct de vedere politic și strategic. Congressmanul pe care l-am invitat și cu care suntem colegi în platou acum este un om care a servit și a servit țara 22 de ani ca republican, Texas, având o relație și cu George W. Bush anterioară și a condus unul dintre comitetele speciale foarte puternice din Congresul American, Comitetul de Regulament, dar având și competență pe zona militară. E un mesaj de susținere foarte important pentru România și pentru cetățenii români, dar acest mesaj, și asta ne dorim, trebuie să fie auzit, această relație specială între Europa, Uniunea Europeană și Statele Unite trebuie să fie auzit și în cadrul conferinței, în special de parlamentari veniți din anumite capitale ale Uniunii Europene și e necesar să le reîmprospătăm memoria. Pentru noi, cei din Europa Centrală și de Est, memoria este foarte proaspătă și de asta avem o sensibilitate specială față de aceste provocări, amenințări care vin din partea Rusiei în spațiul lărgit al Mării Negre. Dar e bine ca și unii vest-europeni care au uitat istoria, au uitat că independența lor, creșterea lor economică, garanțiile de securitate pe care le-au avut în lumea liberă, dincolo de zidul Berlinului, după cel de-al doilea război mondial, se datorează în foarte mare măsură Statelor Unite ale Americii. Și este nevoie să dăm un suflu nou și asta, iată, o face președinția românească a Uniunii Europene, ceea ce vă spun cinstit, n-am văzut la președinția anterioare ale Uniunii Europene. Și în alte președinții, adevărat. Asta face România și asta face și acest guvern social-democrat ALDE, dar într-o poziție care este bipartizană în România, adică din fericire în România relația asta specială de parteneriat strategic cu Statele Unite a fost în toți anii ăștia susținută de oricine a fost la putere și în opoziție. Că au fost jocuri politice interne, asta le cunoaștem, dar relația cu Statele Unite a continuat să fie un ax extrem de, un pilier extrem de solid pentru politica externă românească.
Sir Congressman, I don't know if you have heard, but we have in Romania deep state, the deep state. You have also in America, we have a different deep state, and I will ask you, how can we eliminate this kind of deep state? Because we have, I don't know, 2 or 3 years a fight against deep state, and the fight will continue.
Well, the deep state works in its own best interest. It is opposed to the regular rule of law. It is a set outcome where they will make sure that their answer is whatever will be given. And I will tell you that just as the United States wants and expects this great country, Romania, to have freedom for all its people, it would fight against this deep state. It would fight against outcomes that were pre-decided, outcomes that had empowered elites or groups of people. And so I would say that this is a fight that the Romanian people need to be cognizant of and aware of, and expect that their government will extol this and not
we have
allow
to
it.
Have confidence.
You have to have confidence, but you have to have vigilance too. And
Okay.
the vigilance means that you see it and you call it out when it occurs.
This system survived from former president to actual president, and that's why I'm asking you how to eliminate it, because the system survived.
Well, as people come into contact with it, they'll know what's not right. They know a setup when they see it, and you have to out it, and you need responsible senators who will call it out, and you need responsible people who, when they see it, they identify it and do something about it. But this is what we're trying to do in Washington also. We have many people who are of their own value as opposed to the administration, and trying to set their own outcomes. And it creates instabilities. And what America is for freedom and opportunity and stability. So this is up to the Romanian people to not tolerate this also.
Our deep state is very deep. Behind the politicians, we have also judges, we have prosecutors, and intelligence services. Yes, and the majority knows about this deep state, that we have to eliminate it, but we have some voices that...
Reason has a lot to do with it, and expectations of a great people. The Romanian people have a great history, and they have long suffered, and they want every avenue of freedom and opportunity. And so as you find this, it's important to fight it.
Yes,
and the United States,
fight it is the only answer.
And the United States should not participate in it. So it's also up to our embassy and our people who are here to say they will not tolerate that also. And I think that will be an important point of how America actually works with you by not empowering that.
Do you know the
deep
opinion
state.
of Mr. Ambassador, American Ambassador, about this deep state? Have you heard about his opinion?
I have engaged in a number of discussions about our embassy here and how our embassy and what it stands for, and perhaps how they have offered some viewpoints that might not be as helpful. We need to be helpful. We need to see this for what it is. See, it's a struggle of power is what it is, and this power must be given back not just to people, but one that's under rule of law. So these are active discussions that take place in the United States also.
Okay. Do you know when Mr. Clem will leave Romania? Because was in discussion the new coming of Romanian American ambassador in Romania.
I do not know what that timetable is. I came here to make sure that I'm able to provide adequate feedback about the strength of the relationship, the need for us to make sure that we're listening to not only Romania, but the elected officials and the media who have a strong presence here, and to listen to other EU people who have come. These representatives came here, and all morning we heard how pleased they are with the leadership that Romania has provided. And that stability is what the United States must support and must be for. And our embassy and the ambassador must give that message.
Very important discussion, domnule Gorlățan, despre poziția ambasadorului Statelor Unite ale Americii, care s-a implicat de câte ori a avut ocazia în tot felul de lucruri interne legate de situația României, ceea ce spune aici domnul congressman despre acest lucru.